lot of, they've played a lot of games, they know a lot about the game, and they'll be able to pull something to try and secure a first. So.
Get ready, go.
Alrighty, look at the defensive setups. Green have opted for 2 in the base, red with a classic 1 in the box, and blue with also a 2 in the base there as well, with that lefty player playing from under the base, which is a very effective hold for blue players, or for left-handed players I should say. Dysfunctional off to a start in the first 45 seconds. Quackening just hopping them there, a little bit of back and forth. Now Dysfunctional, they are ahead of the start of this game, and I would wager it's because they're being attacked. If you have a look at the bottom end of the scoreboard, Dysfunctional's bottom end has tags, whereas the other 2 teams don't, which means that players are lunging the doors and running in, which gives their defenders tags and gives them points, which is why they're up by about 1,000 there at the start. So. Green have actually switched to a 1 inside, probably recognising that they're not being pushed too hard, so they're going to push out for some more pack. Hope they can keep up. With Dysfunctional, who have pulled ahead quite a bit in this first minute and a half of the game. Lycan having a great game already, 8 tags, 4-3 against, so good work by her on the outside of the base somewhere. Who do we think is going to win? Put your predictions in now. Do you think Dysfunctional will be able to secure this first? It's an interesting green hold here. 1 in the box looking at the B door. Very exposed to the front door of green, which will be interesting to see if they get tagged in the back at some point. Forest New Zealand hoping for Dysfunctional New Zealand. It makes sense. Should be able to pull this one out. Best base and first. Here's Goofy cracking the green base there. He's going for it. And secure? Nope, denied by Vector, so good defense there. We've actually got a blue player in who also gets denied by a green player. So that's a good swing for the Bendigo Blitz, picking up 2 denies, 1 on each team. Both those denial points and the denial points lost by the 2 teams there, and the defense resets. So excellent defense there by Bendigo, and now they're ahead. So you can see that just by the worms at the 3-minute mark there, or the little graph at the bottom of the 5x3. A big swing for Bendigo, so it's good for them. The defense resets. We've got a blue player on ramp. Taken out, unfortunately. And the green players are back in. Back to 2 in the base. They're both looking at the same door. We're going to see if this will be their downfall. The other 2 defenses sitting pretty well. It's an interesting red defensive setup with 1 in that sort of middle corridor place. We see the territory Taipans, I think, are sort of famous for doing that a lot.
Green hit. Green hit.
We've got a red player who's cracked green.
Green destroyed.
And he takes it. Excellent take there by GMI. A lot of people running at him, but he manages to secure the base. So excellent work by him, putting Dysfunctional back ahead of Bendigo Blitz. Bendigo's still up on pack, but Dysfunctional will have a base on the board. Just as we're just past the 4-minute mark of the game. So good take by GMI there. We've actually got no players in the green base. We're going to see who can be first to the mark. See if they can lock it down. Here comes the BMW. He's got a player behind him. Tagged out. Blue defense having a great time, doing a lot of standing around. 3 tags in total for the 2 blue players. This could come to cost them. No players attacking their base means no defensive points. which is going to be quite unfortunate for them in the late game. If it continues to be no one coming to them. The red defender gets tagged out. We'll see who's first in. It's another red defender. The red defense sits. Green are back in with 2 inside. And now red opting for 2 inside as well. So 1 in the V there and 1 in the box. We've actually got a green player 2-shot denied by GMI in blue base. So it's a good pickup for GMI to take that deny away from the defenders. Extra pack points for them and less for Bendigo. So Quackening is still solidly in 3rd in this game. About 4k down on Bendigo. And Bendigo, they're keeping up on pack with Dysfunctional, but only just, and Dysfunctional are ahead of base. So at this sort of game, it doesn't really matter where your points come from. A lot of people talk about the difference between pack points and base points, and having a lot of pack is very important in games that go quite late. We've actually got a green player here taking a blue base. Excellent take by Vector there, securing it, and they get tagged out. So the defense is back in. So blue base on the board for Bendigo Blitz, but they're still down on pack from Dysfunctional. So Dysfunctional still in the lead. One defender getting tagged out there, but Noob's still in. Green has once again opted for 1 inside the base, trying to keep on top of their pack lead. Not that they have one, but they're trying to keep up on it. We've got a blue player going for his red base there, tagged out by a green player, so good pick up for Bendigo, for the Blitz. And unfortunate there for Quackening. Running 4-4-1, not having a great game. 3 shots worth of denies and a 50% tag ratio. I'm going to see if he can pick it up in the later end of this game. The red defense resets. And they're back in with 2 inside. So Dysfunctional still ahead. Bendigo down. Quackening should know they're down. They know they've got a couple of denies. They don't have a base yet, so we'll see if they do something in the last sort of 3 or 4 minutes of the game to try and pull some bases. See if they go full aggressive, or if they think they're ahead on pack. We've got a red player cracking the blue base there. Excellent work by them. GMI going for his blue. Oh, what a beautiful take. Moves just in time to stop that green player coming in the A door, denying him. Shifting panels and taking the base clean. So GMI having an excellent game, 125% tag ratio, 2 bases on the board for him, and an excellent take. Really showing that experience and maze awareness. So excellent job by GMI there. Bendigo, they're a base down, but they've actually managed to catch on pack. So we're going to see if Dysfunctional can sort of hold this lead, or if Bendigo is going to try and do something to secure it for them. We've got another red player taking blue. Good take there by Kippy, securing that blue base. And we've got a green player in blue now. He's looking pretty uncontested. I wonder if Quackening have pulled the trigger on the dump. About the 4-minute mark, or 4 minutes remaining. We'll see where they go, and more importantly, if they can get in. Because if they can't get in, it'll give a lot of pack points to the defensive team, or whoever's defending against them. But if they can, they might be able to cycle some bases and catch this gap. We've got green players set up in blue now, looking for that next take. They recognise that they're going to need these blue bases over Dysfunctional if they're going to win the game, with not too much time left for really everybody to, or all 10 players in the maze, to finish those blue bases, especially if they're going to fight over it. So a good lockdown there by Bendigo. They're probably going to go home and set themselves up inside and let their other players cycle blue. Dysfunctional still ahead. They're actually up on pack now. So even though they're ahead on, they're up 1 base. They're up about 1,000. Yeah, so 4 eyes there to green by the looks. Looks like blue have dumped to green. You can see a lot of blue players diving in there. We've actually got 1 in the V now. But green reset their defense. Excellent work by them. We've got a red player taking his blue.
Blue destroyed.
Good take there by Goofy. Securing Dysfunctional's 3rd blue of the game. This is Dysfunctional are in a good position here because they do have a green base, so they will be up a base if everybody finishes blue. But there might not be time for that. There's only 2 minutes left to go and 5 players need the base. So This game could come down to who takes their blues. Red actually tagging out a green defender in green base. I'm just going to let the blues in.
Red hit. Green
Maybe a little bit of a
denied.
tactical misplay.
Green hit.
We've got greens in the base now.
Green destroyed.
Vector getting one shot denied in red, but at the same time, Bob picking up his green base. So first base on the board for the Quackening. They're still down about 10,000 points. They've got time for 3 more bases if they shoot them pretty much on the dot. So it'll catch them almost up to Bendigo. So if Dysfunctional can sort of lock Bendigo out of this blue base, maybe pick up a denial or 2, we could see Quackening take a second in this game. Dysfunctional are just sort of neck and neck on pack with Blitz now. So if Blitz can manage to secure the rest of these blue bases, they're going to be able to take the game, or if they can secure some of these denials. The BMW picking up his green base there, so a good take by him, and they swap around on the inside, so they've got a new shooter in the box. It's all happening for the Quackening now. They're set up inside. We'll see if Bendigo decide to just give them the base and look for some reds maybe.
Blue hit. Blue hit.
Here's a green player taking blue.
Destroyed.
Excellent take there by UB Hayden. So, Blitz now only 3k down on Dysfunctional, just 30 seconds left in the game, so there's probably not time for another blue base. Red don't recognise it though, and they're actually setting up inside. Ronin 441 taking his green, so that's the last green base of the game. So, Quackening down about 7,000 points, 15 seconds to go. They're not really going to be able to bridge this gap, but if Bendigo can get a cheeky last minute red base, they might be able to take it. The BMW actually taking his red. Oh, and time denied. Unlucky there for the BMW. Getting denied by the end of the game. You won't be too happy about that one, but it didn't really affect the placement of the game anyway, so not too much heartache, hopefully. Quackening down in third, Dysfunctional beating Bendigo Blitz, so just as the Cascade predicted, Dysfunctional first, Bendigo Blitz in second, and the Quackening in third. So GMI having an excellent game, 49 tags for 40 against, and 2 excellent base takes as well under his belt. Good tag ratios across the board for Dysfunctional. Sia lagging a little bit behind with 10 for 15, so that's a little bit unfortunate there. But I suspect she was playing outside the base, so unlucky there. Bendigo Blitz, they've got some good tag ratios as well. 150 on Mars, 132 on Extra, so they did a good job defending against the Quackening dump towards the end there, keeping the players out for a decent amount of time. They dumped about with 4 minutes to go and didn't get a base until about 1 minute and 45 left. So they held them out for a solid 2 minutes, which is a good defense by them. But once the blues are inside, it can be quite hard to retake green, especially if there's sort of 3 of them in there, just sort of hanging about. Quackening, a bit of an unfortunate game by them. No tag ratios over 100%. A couple of team kills on a lot of their players. A couple of denies here and there. And it was a bit unfortunate the way this first 6 minutes of the game played out. Not many pack points in their base. So you see Dorky and Noobs there, they're 2 anchors with not many tags compared to the other anchors there, like Extra or Mars or Lycan, that sort of thing. They don't have